29 days ago, we started the RPG A Day 2021 marathon of positive posting on a Sunday much like today. This is the last Sunday in the run of 31 days, and it kicks off our last few posts with a pretty potent prompt. There are but 2 days after today, and they too have good prompts, but not quite like today's prompt. You might be wondering what today's prompt is. Well, it is system. You are listening to the Casting Shadows podcast. Expect role-playing games and not much else. In the circles of people who talk about RPGs in terms of them being RPGs and what makes this one different in some way from that one, there's a notion such that if the GM can be said to play the world and the players can be said to play the characters, then the system is the instrument through which they play. Their decisions are notes, their statements the breath and motion that forms the notes, and all of this disparate activity shapes first chaos, then sense, then pattern, then melody, then song, then memorable prog rock concept album with mind-blowing art. Honest! Well, your mileage may vary on that last part. Through all of this metaphorical musicality, the system, in its role as instrument or tool, defines, shapes, and influences the notes, the way and the tempo of their playing, and their impact on the listener. System is the very difference between role-playing and a role-playing game. We can easily have role-playing without system, and often do. But we cannot have a role-playing game without it. Talk in these circles can get a bit heavy at times, abstract with a hint of the esoteric, and it can accidentally start to exclude people who have not had the chance to catch up with the systems in question or the development of specialized and localized jargon. But in an open-minded group, free of the sort of self-serving personality cults and or profiteering nonsense that can follow deep dives of this sort into a favored or beloved topic, it can really be stimulating and elevate play to new levels. One benefit I'm particularly fond of is the pooling of skills and other intellectual resources, which spreads greater understanding of how our talents, our training, and our backgrounds give us varied insights into the same phenomena. We not only have an opportunity to learn from one another about games, we can learn to appreciate and develop other skills entirely, like statistical analysis, a survey of history or literature, an understanding of debate, TV and VCR repair, truck driving, well, maybe not those, satire, or the list is as expansive as the people you have to interact with. More commonly, talk about system goes down Preference Avenue in the neighborhood where it intersects with Bias Boulevard. This is a rich neighborhood with a lot to like, dislike, include, exclude, switch, import, export, change, cling to with passion, and reject with fervor. Passion gilds the streets in this neighborhood, and it is a vital artery in how the community presents itself to itself and others. Conversation here does not do much to refine or alter play, but it does wonders for spreading games to new players. It sparks revolutions in local and global gaming trends. It revives forgotten games. It introduces new ones. It restores us from burnout. It makes us rebuild groups which changes of life have taken away. It urges us to be creative ourselves and encourage creativity in others. It launches dreams and it enables new connections and new friendships. It is the truth that reveals the lie of the old myth that gamers are, were, and always have been dissocial misfits. The games persist. They have been spread, and they are growing in number, as are their players. How is that possible? We talked with each other, and we played each other's games. We enjoyed each other's systems, and then others saw the fun and joined in. We love gaming, and it's contagious. Although we are arguably a mess as a species at present, on average we seem to be fairly well organized as individual creatures. Pattern recognition, collection of leafy things, amassing stores for lean times, and shelving them in alphabetical order by publisher and genre. We are made, it seems, to get ready for game night. As usual, as we have done for each of the responses throughout this month, both on the written blog and here on the podcast, there are example links to the YouTube channel to support or expand or otherwise elucidate what has been discussed. Today is no exception. There are 2 links provided, embedded into the blog or provided in the show notes. One of them, one side of what I described about our love of system, and the other, the other. Tomorrow, day 30 of the 31 days of RPG Day 2021, we have a singular prompt like today, and it, I don't hesitate to mention, is mention. Anyway, until tomorrow, take care. You've been listening to the Casting Shadows podcast, which, as we've mentioned at least once before during this marathon, is an extension of the Casting Shadows blog and the Casting Shadows YouTube channel, which appears under the name of Runeslinger. For the month of August, we've been participating in daily prompts for RPG A Day 2021. If you'd like to know more about that, follow the hashtag RPG A Day 2021, and see what you discover.